Hello everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot and Astrology. I'm Denise. No astrology today. I want to look into, I've received several emails and comments wondering about Merrick Garland and is he trustworthy? I guess because maybe he has or had at one point a membership with the Federalist Society. You know, but I think it might open up a can of worms. I want to look at a bunch of different angles. I want to see where he is on his progress. Beside Jack Smith and working on the other cases to bring things into justice. So, okay. With that said, let me swap out cameras here. Be right back. Okay, so these are the two decks I'm using, the Maybe Lenormand and Ciro Marchetti's Kipper. And with Lenormand first, I'm asking, what is, let's see, let's go from now, let's go from recent past or whatever. Does Merrick Garland have an active membership with the Federalist Society? Does he have an active membership with the Federalist Society? Well, that's a yes card there. So we have the key, the moon. Here he is. Maybe he has in the past and he's making changes. But we have connection here and here. So, but you guys, I don't know if you've all done, well, let me focus in on him and then I'll say what he just said. Yeah, I think we're getting the past and the present. Merrick Garland. Yeah. And then maybe the future too. Well, I think this is more about, because my question was focused in on the past. Let's see what was at the bottom. Yeah, anchor and hearth, right. Okay, so this brings me back to what I was, what first popped into my head when I was drawing the cards. When I was thinking about the Federalist Society is, so it's been around for a long time. And it's something that all, Republican conservatives, before they became this, completely extreme right-wing group, which is what the NRA created with their foreign money flowing into Republicans, they took the bait, right? So that's what caused the whole problem, and that's the reason why 147 Republicans voted to overturn the election, is because, they have compromise hanging over their heads. So it helps. It really helps if you guys read Craig Unger's book, House of Trump, House of Putin. It's on sale now for less than $10. I think it's like $8 something, and it's less than $9. It's chock full of photographs. Like in the center, there's about this much of, glossy photos. And you get the whole story of Trump from the 80s forward. And then you can also see, well, you get the information as to how the Republican Party has been baited. But so all that aside, when it comes to Merrick Garland, I would say, yeah, he was, in that he was connected. But I don't have like the partnership, hand card, shake card, clasping hands, as to see that, to show that that he still is. So I don't think he does anymore. And I say that because his card came through. I mean, there's 52 cards in this deck. His card came through up here, waving his hat, tipping his hat like goodbye. And that's because of he doesn't see them as a, I believe, he's not seeing them as a, what's the right word? Well, a group with any integrity anymore. And there's quite a bit about him and Leonard Leo in the Netflix series called The Family, if you want to watch that. It's the first episode is very boring, but then it gets better and better and better. And it goes through all these organizations and how the NRA, the last one is the best, but you do need to watch the first, because that's where you actually need to watch them all in order, because that's where you get the background on the Federalist Society and other religious evangelical organizations. So, but back to Merrick Garland, that's probably his, somewhat background, because the moon links to the past, but he's saying goodbye and making changes, or has already. And so with only 10 cards here and the 2 on the bottom, I've got the full story. Yes, there was a connection in the past, because that's what they all did. It was part of their reputation. But he's tipped his hat and said goodbye. He's changed and flown on. And that's further confirmed here by this break. He had a big break. He's had a break with them. And it has to do with because of the stress with the birds here. So we've got the fractured mirror and the birds. He's up above with the power over here to break it up. And remember, unless he's just a big liar, which I don't think he is, but if he is, it would come through. He's always said, without fear or favor, he's going to get to the truth. He's going to prosecute accordingly. But what we do have here shows that he didn't like the communications coming out of them or the stress that they posed, and he saw them as being fraudulent and, kind of a scammy situation going on there. And because he's got all the information, right? He has all the information on Leonard Leo and all of these guys. And then here he is. I think he moved on quickly because he didn't see that it's good for commerce across the land with the train card here, with the locomotion card. I don't think he thinks that it's good for the economy in the country to have the NRA being a foreign asset and then their money flowing through to politicians. So he made a new choice because, he wants to do what's right for and solid for, I think, the country. It doesn't nurture the hearth of, of his goals to be in that. So, yeah. Okay, so let's ask, hold on, I need to move, my camera is popping around. There, okay. See, hold still. I'm on my other tripod, and if I have it up against my table, it moves around because I bumped my table, right? Okay, so let's use the Kipper, or I will use the Kipper, and let's ask. So I was going to ask, if he was a part of the Federalist Society, would that change, how he his actions towards, as the head of the DOJ? But we got the full story with just those 10 cards. So I'm going to go ahead and move on and just go ahead and get into an update for you guys as to his work with Jack Smith. Whoops, we've got upside down cards here. Jack Smith and bringing justice through. Maybe I just had the whole deck upside down. Yeah, okay. Bringing justice through with, Trump and January 6th and the stolen documents and anything else. Jeez. I totally understand why everybody's like, come on, you guys, come on, come on. But you do have to understand that he doesn't, so when it comes to the institutions of the government, the states can go much quicker, which is why it's why Fani Willis's case might come through more quickly. But then again, she had to have that special grand jury trial, or it was a trial, special grand jury trial that was secret. It wasn't, wasn't out there. And then Judge McBurney, he wrote up a report for her because he was the one who was overseeing that trial. And then he gave her the report. It's still not released, I don't think, to the public. And if it was, it would be released with tons of redactions. And now that she has a report, she has everything she needs, and now she can start her own grand jury trial. And that's probably going to take about 6 months. So I kind of feel like it's going to be Merrick Garland that comes through with something first, and it's probably the documents case. But when it comes to how slowly or quickly different departments work, the states always go faster, and the DOJ is the slowest. So you think of, like you've got a speedboat or maybe a cabin cruiser, and it's not that fast. And then you've got the ship that just is like, really slow. But when you get there, it's done. And okay, Merrick Garland, how are you doing on your work to bring down all the injustices? Let's see if we can get the process. Okay, so he has support. This might be Jack Smith. Okay, there's support on the cheaters. Oh, he's finding new things. Oh, okay. New things have come through. That would certainly slow things down. You get new pieces. Yeah, he's like obsessed with it. He's not thinking about anything else except justice. How's he doing with it? It's going to be done. I think it's going to be done pretty soon. We've got a final, and it's also for him, I would think, it's probably really painful for him. Well, when you just imagine, because he's been a Republican all his life. Imagine your whole party is just trashed, right? It's gone. And he's having to witness that, but he has to bring through justice. Yeah, he has a wealth of information, a wealth of the cheaters. This has been with the pathway card, it's been a slow development, right? And the documents, the slow development of examining documents and all types. The message card in the Kipper is any communications, any and all communications, and that's been the long journey. He wants this to be over as much as we do. It looks like to me. Change is coming with both of the travel cards. Huh. You know what I'm getting here? Just with this first, I can always put some more cards in there and see what's at the bottom too, but I could always reshuffle and ask a question a different way. But to focus in on, again, an update, how he's doing, especially in his work with Jack Smith, he has the support, but this is kind of a painful loss, and he's obsessing over it. He can't let anything go. This is like a crisis for him. And new communications and details keep coming through about the cheaters. And he's been on this slow, long, journey, long, slow journey. He has this wealth of information and support, but the information is about all these cheaters. Lying and cheating and dishonesty. This is how he's going to bring every single little one of them down, I think. And then these two cards here make me think about these, that he's focusing in on the people that spent money, because there's another layer here, spent money to get people to the Capitol. Such as I mean, I've always believed, because of that reading I did a long, long time ago, that Jenny Thomas is involved. She came through when I was reading on Clarence, and you know, you have his card and then her card. She came through, and the travel cards were around her. And well, you know, it's a whole nother thing. I was reading on, I can't remember what I was reading on about him, but it didn't have anything to do with the insurrection. But you know, it had happened, and so there you are. Let's see what's at the bottom. Yeah, so here he is looking at his reputation. Here he is with his honor and reputation. Yeah, he does not want to let anything, he doesn't want to let anything go, because, well, on another level, yeah, it could be what's bothering him. Oh, crap, you guys. This has to do with money laundering, I think, coming in here. Travel. Well, yeah, because Jack Smith would focus on that. We have to remember that Jack Smith is a specialist when it comes to organized crime. And I did get that a long time ago. Yeah, right? The money laundering community that focuses on, they're prey to, oh, and then we have the child card up here too. They are, I mean, it's so awful. It is the children and younger people, and you know, anybody who's in that position where they're being trafficked. They're being trafficked, and he's working on that as well. Wow. Okay. Yeah, he's going to put people behind bars. He's yeah, okay. Let me keep going. I'll draw another layer here just because it's so an update as far as how the work he's doing with Jack Smith is going to bring in a lot of people and put them behind bars, and I think it does have to do with the money laundering. Yeah, anyone who's been part of that team. I mean, we're talking RICO, right, the bonds. But this also shows that he's trustworthy. Now, this has been my Jack Smith card, but also this could be Jack Smith under here. And it could, this mature man, you guys have to always understand with these people cards, they, except for the main male and female, they don't have to represent a person. They can represent the energy and consciousness of the card. And the mature man is any supportive situation. Someone, you know, it can be a person, or it can be a situation where there are a bunch of strong people together, a bunch of colleagues working together. It can be, you know, this is like the boss person working over everyone. But Jack Smith is independent counsel to him. But he's looking at his reputation as getting into all this money laundering. Wow. Okay. Let's keep going. Yeah, and they're not going to like all the subpoenas that these people are going to be getting, and all of the people who are in, you know, partnership. So he's looking for what he's accomplishing, what he and Jack Smith are accomplishing, are the political process of all of the people that are involved. in any type of transnational money laundering crime syndicate, the syndicate. I mean, all we have to do is go on opensecrets.org and look up anybody we want, who's a senator or a House rep, and look and see how much money they have, right? Or how much money has come through them. I was looking at that when I was looking at, was it Ron Johnson? I had a list I still have the list over here, and I will get back to it, and I don't know, no, I will not. I know I will not do all 147 of those who voted to overturn the election, but I am doing the ones that we know, and a few that you guys have requested, and I'm not done, but in that list, I was doing research, and I was shocked at, somebody who's been a senator or just a House rep, but maybe they've gotten in over and over and over, right? Because we don't have those term limits. But here these guys, a couple of them had made like $24 million. Like, how does somebody have a net worth of $24 million? It wasn't just that they made $24 million, it was that they had a net worth. I can't remember which one. I think it was Ron Johnson, but I could be wrong about that. But anyway, I feel like he's trustworthy, and he's going after the big RICO crime spree, because that came through in a, but I'll reshuffle, and I'll use a different deck to see if he's trustworthy, just to double check, so you guys won't feel left. Hold on, I have to grab. Oh, here it is. Okay, this deck here, Golden Dreams. But anyway, what I was starting to say is that when I was doing, it was a long time ago, when I was reading on Trump. Well, not that long ago, maybe a few months or so. So my question is Jack Smith trustworthy? Merrick Garland. Is he trustworthy? Nobody's asking these questions about Jack Smith, are they? Merrick Garland hired Jack Smith, but I'm going to let go of my bias in thinking that he is trustworthy and just let it go, because I absolutely have to be unbiased in this. But anyway, back to the reading I'd done on Trump, and it was a big, mini grand tableau with a Kipper, and to see his legal situation. And this was before Jack Smith was appointed, and Merrick Garland, I could see that he was trying to get a big crime ring of people. It was bigger than Trump, and that was why it was taking so long. So that's what these cards just confirmed in a shorter spread. Well, actually, there was a couple of layers there, but okay. Is Merrick Garland, I'll let my bias go, I only want the truth. Is Merrick Garland trustworthy to do his job? Whether he's Republican or stays Republican or what? Is he trustworthy to do his job? Oops. So this is that feeling alone, a little bit alone in it. Yeah, with worried about hidden enemies. Hidden enemies and complications, but this can be a betrayal card. Oh, but then here we have the dog. So that's totally trustworthy. There is no stronger card as far as being helpful and protection. Oh, well, here's what's going on. There is no stronger card than the dog in the Lenormand that shows whether or not a person can be trustworthy or trusted. Can they be trusted? But there's a little backstory here. He's worried about being betrayed because he's worried about hidden enemies. I mean, can you imagine what these guys know, right? Being, a part of, counterintelligence and all of that, and connected with the NSA and the CIA. I mean, and I can imagine they keep digging. He's with the island card. This card has to do with knowing that you're not alone, that something is a much bigger situation than you could ever imagine, but you have to keep quiet. These two cards are silent when it comes to what's a person doing. They have to keep quiet because they can be betrayed, and he's trustworthy, and that's the reason why things are taking so long. It's back to that child card that was up here in that first 10 spread, is that he keeps getting new details. And then it makes the can of worms just grow, and you have to, it takes time. And then, then Trump goes and announces that he's running for president. So then he had to bring in Jack Smith. So anyway, I'm done. Unless, I can look. Let's see what's at the bottom. Oh yeah, okay. There's no better card in the deck than this one. This is somebody who's seeing the big picture, and we will have fulfillment. It's like the Nine of Cups, but much, much stronger in the tarot. And then the broom is that he's working on it. He's got the big picture perspective, and he's working. Okay? All right. All right. Thanks, you guys. Take good care. Bye.